everyone, and good day also to you, sir. So we are here, the Group 8, and we're going to present to you the Global City, together with my group mates. Why study global cities? First is globalization is vital because it occurs in the physical space. Yes, globalization is indeed vital because it involves the interconnectedness and interaction between physical spaces across the globes. And it also influencing economies, cultures, society on our worldwide scale. So second, globalization is special because what make it moves is the fact that it's based in places. It means that the spatial dimension of globalization is driven by the fact that it is originates and operates in specific geographical location or places. The interconnectedness and flows of goods, information, and ideas are grounded in physical spaces, contributing through the spatial nature of globalization. Cities act on globalization, and globalization acts on cities. They are the sites as well as the mediums of globalization, just as the internet enables and shapes global forces, so too do cities. So cities plays a dual role in the context of globalization. Cities also serve as the sites where globalization is manifest and where economics, cultural, and social changes occurs. Cities acts also as a medium through which globalization operates. So it also influencing and shaping global forces. And the interplay between cities and globalization is a dynamic process where urbans is the centers both enables and are shaped by global dynamics. What is global city? According to Washington 2018, at its core, the global city is rooted in economics. Beginning in the 15th century, globalization took root and the world's disparate regional economics began to converge. As a result, economic hubs began to emerge in key cities around the world. The term global city, it is a phenomena. So, ang global city ay pangunahing kaugnay sa ating ekonomiya. Ang globalisasyon ay nagsimula noong ika-15 siglo. At ang ekonomiya ng ating mundo ay unti-unti nang nagkakasundo. So, dahil dito, lumitaw ang mga pangunahing sentro ng ekonomiya sa mga pangunahing lungsod sa buong mundo. According to Washington's description in 2018, the term global city typically refers to a city that plays a significant role in the global economic system. So it characterized by its influence on international affairs, cultures, and finances. So according to Charnock and global city, an urban century that involves significant competitive advantages and that serves as a hub within a globalized economic system. It means that the concept of a global city refers to an urban center that holds considerable competitive advantages, positioning itself as a pivotal hub within the framework of a globalized economic system. So the characterization attributes to Charnock underscore the city's ability to excel in various aspects, serving as a focal point for international business, trade, cultural exchange within the broader context of the interconnected global economy. According to RAND 2012, A global city is a significant production point of specialized financial and producer services that make the globalized economy run. So, ibig sabihin na ang global na lungsod ay nagiging pangunahing sentro sa produksyon para sa espesyaladong serbisyong pinansal at producer. So, ang serbisyo ay naglalaro ng mahalagang papel sa ating global na ekonomiya. Anumang pagpapadali sa internasyonal na kalakalan, pinansyal at ibang gawain sa negosyo, ang lungsod na ito ay mahalagang nag-ambag sa infrastruktura at serbisyong nagpapaganap ng maayos na makasalungat at komplikadong sistema ng pandaigdigang ekonomiya. The rise of global cities has been linked with two globalization-related trends. So first is the expansion of the role of transnational corporation or TNCs in the global production pattern. So second is the decline of mass production along for these lines and the concomitant rise of flexible production center within urban areas. So these two trends explain the emerge of network of center cities serving the financial and service requirements of TNCs, while other cities suffers the consequences of the industrialization and fail to become global. So global cities are those that therefore before effective command and coordination pose for TNCs within a globalizing world economy. Such cities have also assumed a governance role of the local scale within wider configuration of what some commentators have termed the globalization of a state institution. So globalization refers to a process in which certain national state function of organization and administration have been devolved to the local scale. An example of this will be London. Since 1980s, London has consolidated its position as a global banking and a financial center, the link from the national economy. According to Longworth 2015, a true global city is balanced between four pillars of urban life. First is the civic, an elected city government supported by institutions of civil society such as think tanks and foundation, especially those embedded in the global city. So ang civic o pamahalaang lungsod na itinuturing na elective ay nagpapakita ng isang uri ng pamahalaang lokal na suportado ang mga institusyon ng sibil na lipunan tulad ng think tank o foundation, lalo na yung mga nakatanim sa pandaigdigang lipunan. So ito ay naglalarawan sa isang uri ng pamahalaan na aktibong nakikipagtulungan sa sektor ng silbil na may malakas na koneksyon sa pandaigdigang komunidad. So ang ganitong uri ng pamahalaan ay nagtataguyod ng partisipasyon ng mamamayan at pagpapahalaga sa mga pundasyon ng lipunan para sa pangmatagalang kaunlaran ng kanilang lugar. So second is commercial, a powerful business community with global connections. Ibig sabihin, ang komersyal na ito ay nagpapahiwatig ng isang malakas na negosyo o komunidad na may mga koneksyon sa buong mundo. So ito ay naglalarawan ng kakayahan ng negosyo na makipag-ugnayan at makipagsanib puwersa sa iba't ibang bahagi ng mundo. Maaring magdulot ng international na oportunidad at tagumpay na umasenso ang kanilang negosyo. Third is educational, both higher education and K-12. Educational, Both higher education and K-12 ay naglalarawan ng pagsusuri o pagsasaliksik na may kinalaman sa dalawang antas ng edukasyon. Mataas na edukasyon o higher education at kindergarten hanggang ika-12 grado o K-12. Ito ay nagbibigay diin sa malawak na saklaw ng edukasyon mula sa kolehiyo o universidad o higher education hanggang sa mga paaralan para sa mga bata mula sa kindergarten hanggang ika-12 ng grado. At ang panghuli ay cultural, the arts and the entertainment that gives the city its soul. Ang cultural ay nagpapahayag ng kahalagahan ng kultura sa isang lungsod. Ito ay naglalarawan ng sining at aliwan bilang mga elemento na nagbibigay ng kaluluwa o kakaibang karakter sa isang syudad. Ang mga ito ay nagpapakita ng yaman at kahulugan ng kultura ng isang komunidad, nagdadagdag ng kasaysayan at identidad sa lugar. At this moment, we will move into the function of Global City, and it will be presented of Ms. Balaod.
Of global city. Saskia Sassen say that global cities are strategic sites that manage and guide the global economy. Many of these cities were already centers for international trade and banking. Now as global cities, they have four new functions. Number 1. As highly concentrated command points in the organization of the world economy. This statement refers to certain cities or regions that significant role in economy. These places are often home to major corporations, financial institutions, and influential organizations. Number 2. As the key location of finance and specialized service which have replaced manufacturing as the leading economic sector. This statement is highlighting the shift in the global economy for manufacturing-based industries. Powerhouse have transformed hubs. Number 3. A site of production including innovation in these leading sectors. These points emphasize that these key locations are not just centers of financial transactions but also places where new ideas, products, and services are created. 4. As market for the products and innovation. This statement means that these cities or regions also serve as a significant consumer markets for products and services generated within them.
So at this moment, Mr. Eugenio will present to you the attributes of Global City.
So here's are the attributes of global city. Number 1, economic attributes. First and foremost, global cities are hubs of the global economy. No city is global city unless it's an economy powerhouse. Dominant in finance, trade, manufacturing or bus, services, some cities such as London or New York command several economic sectors. Other dominant only sectors, but if the sector is globally important, so the cities of Los Angeles, for instance, and its entertainment industry. Other attributes such as good schools and culture are vital components of global city, but the economy pays for it all. Number 2, size. For the most part, no city under million people need apply. San Francisco and Zurich, with their specialized clout, are included in some listing, but they're exception. Otherwise, all global cities are big cities, 3 million people or more. It takes size to, or all attributes needed to be globally city. But note, size isn't enough. Some of the world's biggest cities, like Manila, Cairo, Mexico City, Lagos, Calcutta, and Lima are nobody video or global city, and may never be widely accepted. Number 3, human capital. This means having a store of house of smart, educated, creative people. The percentage of the population with a college degree accounts So does the number of universities and their quality. Any global city must understand the outside world and have links to it. So its ability to attract brains from around the world is vital. Number 4. K-12 education. At the upper wage of end of the socioeconomic scale, this means good school for children of global citizens, entrepreneurs, and investors will shun a city where their children get high education. At the lower wage level, this means a solid education for the army workers, instructors, cooks, small manufacturing employees, clerical workers, retail workers, whom a global. Number 5. Foreign-born residents. Tied to human capital is the sheer number of foreign-born residents. Some are expatriate professionals, living abroad for a job for a few years. Like bees fitting from flower to flower, they are a mobile source of knowledge of best practices from around the world. Large immigrant populations are more often poorer and less educated, but they are both cause and effect of urban vitality. They go to global cities because that's where the jobs are, and once there and want their new blood and verve to vitality. Number 6. Culture is also a cause and effects of global city. A strong economy pays for the museums, universities, symphonies, and theaters that make a city more than a labor pool. This is also a draw for global citizens who have palette of places to live, work, and do business. And high culture is only small part. Good restaurants are crucial. So are recreation and sporting events. So are nightclubs and wine bars and rocks concerns. Global citizens will go to the place where their brains and education can be. So number 7. Because of global cities are so big, so vibrant, so much fun, there are magnets of tourists. Tourists themselves are a major export industry. They come from outside to buy what city has to offer. Then having seen the global city firsthand, they take their impressions home with them, helping to create the buzz that any global city needs. Number 8. Political engagement. This is the interaction between the city's political structure and the rest of the world. Obviously, national capitals have an advantage. They have the embassies and international organizations. When foreign leaders travel abroad, they are more likely to go to Washington than Chicago, or to Paris than Lyon. But a non-capital global city will have many consulates and should have major tanks and calendar of international conference. Number 9. Connectivity. For the most part, this means air and digital connections to the rest of the world. If global cities are where global citizens meet, then a major airport with a full schedule of non-stop flights to other global cities is crucial. So, is top flight broadband connectivity. Number 10. Globally attuned local leadership. City officials must understand their city's place in the global economy. Then they must have sell this global focus to voters for whom all politics may be local. This is hard. Pro-business policies that draw in the global corporations and global citizens can conflict with politics needed to provide decent lives for those whom the global economy has left behind. In addition, cities need to spend heavily to keep their global status. Global investors can afford this cost, but everyone else, middle class and working class, may be pried out of town. 11. Quality of life. This includes public transit, the environment, safe streets, good health care, and efficient and honest local government. A reputation for corruption, pollution, or crime will damage a city's competitive power. Number 12. National political and economic climate. Even global cities are affected by their nation's policies. Global corporations deal with nation laws on visas, trade, currency repatriation, export supports, infrastructure investment, and other policies. For global investors seeking business-friendly environments, this national negative can outweigh local positives. Countries that censor their media or limit digital communications make it harder for global citizens to live and work there.
Global Cities challenges. The UN estimates that 55% of the global population lives in urban areas, a figure that is projected to rise to 68% by 2050. With few exceptions, cities are expected to become bigger and more numerous as urbanization speeds up, particularly in Asian and African countries. Here are five of the biggest challenges confronting the future of the cities. Number 1. Environmental threat. Rapid urbanization, with strained basic infrastructure coupled with more frequent and extreme weather events linked to global climate change is exacerbating the impact of environmental threats. Common environmental threats include flooding, tropical cyclones to which coastal cities are particularly vulnerable, heat waves, and epidemics. Owing to physical and population density of the cities, such threats often result in both devastating financial loss and deaths. Making cities more resilient against these environmental threats is one of the biggest challenges faced by the city's authorities and requires urgent attention. Urbanization continues and climate change worse environmental threats such as flooding, tropical cyclones, heat waves, and epidemics are becoming more frequent and severe in cities around the world. This threat can cause significant financial loss and even deaths due to the density of populations and infrastructure in the urban areas. Therefore, building resilience against environmental threats is crucial and a major challenge for the city authorities. Number 2. Resources. Cities need resources such as water, food, and energy to be viable. Urban sprawl reduces available water catchment areas, agricultural lands, and increases demands for energy, while better application of technology can boost agricultural productivity and ensure more efficient transmission of electricity. Many cities will continue to struggle to provide these resources to an ever-growing urban population. Beyond these basic requirements, haphazard growth will see the reduction of the green spaces within cities, negatively affecting livability as fresh water becomes scarce and fertile lands diminish. Food spreads may be escalate, hitting and poorest hardest. Countries contributing the most to urban population growth until 2050. The global population's increase between 2014 and 2015 forecast to be 2.6 million. India 404 million, China 291 million, Nigeria is 211 million, Indonesia is 93.7 million, United States 87.6 million, Pakistan 84.8 million, Democratic Republic of Congo 64.7 million. Number 3. Inequality. When it comes to both the prevention of basic resources and the resilience against environmental threat, the forecast is uneven for different growth of urban inhabitants. As the number of urban super-rich grows, many cities will also see increase the numbers of urban poor. The widening gap between the haves and have-nots will be associated in the megacities of the future. Such inequalities, when left unchecked, will destabilize society and often any benefits of urban development. There is a critical need for policymakers to ensure that the fruits of the progress are shared equitably. Number 4. Technology will be increasingly used in the development and running of the cities of the future. Smart planning used in Singapore can harness solar energy for use in housing estates and create man-made wetlands for ecological balance. Smart mobility technology can alleviate traffic gridlocks with plug many cities. The use of environmental technologies which can cool buildings more efficiently or run vehicles that are less polluting will also lead to better future cities. Installing sensors in the homes of the aging seniors living alone can connect them to the community and someone to help when they are unwell or hurt. Number 5. Governance future cities offer immense possibilities to enrich the lives of their inhabitants even as the challenges are stark. To make the best out of inevitable urbanization, good governance is imperative. Cities will increase in size and their populations become more diverse. Governing these cities will therefore become progressively complex and require the most dedicated of minds. Increasingly, cities around the world are learning about the best governance and planning practices from one another, even as they remain equitable to their respective national governments. The broad goals of urban governance should address issues of equity, livability, and sustainability in cities of the future.
So I conclude that global cities are the sites and mediums of globalization. There are, therefore, material representation of the phenomenon. Through them, we see the best of globalization. There are places that creates exciting fusion of culture and ideas. There are also places of tremendous wealth. However, they are remain sites of inequality, where global servants serves global entrepreneurs. The question of how globalization can be made more just is partly a question of how people make their cities more just.
And that's all. Thank you for listening.